Hi, this is Corina Angela, and this is Trine Healing, Connect to Your Soul Self. Thanks so much for connecting in today, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm just going to deep dive in, and we're going to talk about trusting, trust, and how many of us grapple with that, trusting the messages, trusting our guidance, our guides, the information that we receive. And I'm just going to share because this is huge. And just for me personally, disclosure, this is not proven facts or any of those things. It's my own experience and connecting the dots as I go. That's the disclosure. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna just deep dive and share. So through my journey, it's been a wild and exciting and heartbreaking and just nuts time, right? And it began very early for me. And I don't know if you want to call it awakening but awakenings is something new, something different. Like, what's that, right? It all began when I was 5. And I recall I grew up on a very little farm, and I was always just enamored with animals, just always connecting in with animals. And I felt their presence. I love them. Like, I would hold a kitten and be like, just like almost, like smothering it because it was just so, I had so much love for it, right? So I had to learn to like, okay, it's all right. It's all right. Little kids are like, anyway, I was one of those kids. So when I was 5, I would watch the birth of the calves. We had, my grandparents had this little farm, and I was always there and out in the pasture with my boots on, and my grandfather would always be with um, the mama cows when they would have their babies. And this one particular cow was his almost like his favorite cow. And I just remember standing there with him and watching the calf come out. And it was just this beautiful experience as a child, just to watch that and have that sacred space and honor. And my grandfather would, put her in a separate area in the pasture and just really just create this beautiful sacred space for her to allow her to, birth her baby in a safe environment. Anyway, I just remember watching this. So as the week went on, the calf was starting to walk, and all of those things. She was very particular of who she let around her babies. And I just remember just connecting in with the calf and just loving it so much. And I named it and gave it a name. And it was just this beautiful, I named it Morning Star. Yeah, name came up, Morning Star. And so throughout that week, I wouldn't leave the pasture. I just wouldn't leave the mama cow and the baby calf. And my grandfather would come in and put beautiful, fresh hay down. And I just went in there and went into one of the stalls where they were and lay down by the calf and took a nap. And so this became like an everyday thing. And I'd go out in the barn and take my nap with the baby calf. And it was very interesting to my grandparents because she would not allow anyone around the baby calf at that time, but only I could go in and be around. During the nap time, there was energy, there was something being exchanged, and obviously I didn't know it then. All I knew was I felt incredibly happy and peaceful and joyful and very, very heart connected. I felt just a very strong presence of um, connection with the, the mama calf, and then the baby calf was here, and then I was here. So it was like the three of us were just like this unit almost. It's very interesting. So that's the first experience I recall. And then after that, things just started opening up, opening up, opening up, year after year after year after year. Long story short, epiphanies, amazing experiences, angelic experiencing, seeing things, feeling things, or witnessing miracles, all of those things, right? Did I believe in it and did I trust in it? Yes, absolutely. When I started receiving very clear information, when I created um, and connected in with Edgar Casey and Gladys Davis Turner, writing the books for them. Did I believe? Did I see it? Did I trust it? Yes. And my left brain would always kick in and be like, is this really happening? Is this really true? Right? Where is that? What is that? Right? Working so much on my ego, and because that just is, it's not a part of how I receive. I just open up, and that's how I receive. It's when I come back, then I go, what, did that really happen? Still trusting, honoring, and believing in the information. But there's bits and pieces of the book that how it was all created was receiving the information and then researching, not me, but Heather, who helped me with the book in the research department, her going out and researching the information to bring it in, to tie it all in as backup, as facts of the information that I was receiving, right? There was this one in particular entry that was very strong for me, and she could not find any of the information to back it up. And there was something in me that went, and I listened. I was like, no, this is really important. This needs to stay in here, even though it doesn't have a link or there's no information. She couldn't find it. She kept looking, searching, and couldn't find the backup of information to connect it. But I trusted to leave it in the book. Okay. So segueing into trusting yourself and what is real, what is not real, is what we grapple with, right? How do we trust the messages? How do we trust that we know that it is true, right? We can feel it in our bodies. We can, really trust 100% that it is in fact 100% true, but how do we truly know? No, right? Right? So I think this will help some of you perhaps out there grappling with, how to trust yourself even on a deeper level. Okay. I'm going to share this as well. So on the night of the full moon, the Leo moon on Wednesday, I had plans. They all got canceled. And I stayed home, and I was like, okay, I'm going to stay home. And I had these plans. Okay, what's going on? And I was like, oh, the full moon. Oh, so something came up in my thread, and it was a show that I always watch every Monday, but I missed it because it was Valentine's Day, and I didn't even think about it, right? So it popped up in my thread, And it was a show by James Von Prague and Kelly White. And I don't miss a show. I love their show. It's amazing. Shout out to you guys because you guys are amazing. So James popped up in my thread. And I've met James a few times, and he's lovely, and he's taken his workshops and been to several of his workshops and took his writing course a couple of years ago. And he's just fantastic. So shout out. And Kelly White, I haven't worked with her or anything, but I love her energy. She's amazing. And yeah. So when the thread popped up, James popped up, and the show was on Edgar Casey. It was like, I missed that, it's like, what? And I heard, yeah, you need to just listen quickly to first part of the show. So I listened, and I did. Started listening, and James began to speak of Gladys Davis Turner and how she was unable to have children because she had uterus cancer in her uterus. And immediately I turned it off and started bawling like a baby. And it touched me so deeply that the truth and the trust just became like, and here is why. When I was writing the book, and the date was 6/4/2019, there's a segment all about Gladys, and what I received from her then was that she had complications with her uterus, with cysts and blockages that then turned into cancer. And that is the piece where Heather could not find any information within that time to back that information up and to solidify it. And I went with my intuition, knowing and hearing, like, no, you need to leave it in there. So that was my huge confirmation of that's true. And to trust 100%. So from 6/4/2019 to 2/16/2022, I received my confirmation and to not doubt myself anymore. Right? So perhaps this was helpful for you out there that are hearing messages, are seeing things that you know to be true, right? And then you begin to doubt yourself. Don't doubt, because these messages are coming in through you, to you, received by you for very good reasons. They would not come to you otherwise. Always remember that. Always remember that. And, up until now, it's I have really struggled with that and have been immensely challenged with what I receive. So perhaps this is enlightening for you to hear my story, my experience, my own experience with the struggle of this, and really trusting it 100%. and knowing that the messages, the information that comes through is for the highest good, for other people, to help other people. And when you begin to connect your dots, they help connect other people's dots for the all, for all of us. And how important is that? So I just really wanted to share that, because I know there's so many of us out there that struggle with this, and I've struggled with it for so long, and this is real. It is real. So trust it, believe in it, trust it, honor it with your whole heart, because you have beautiful messages to share with us, and we really would love to hear them, and it would be so helpful for so many other people. So thank you for listening. And yes, and if you are interested, I'm gathering people to send out a short program. It's very short. It's just a few videos that I've created on steps to how to trust yourself more and more. Very simplistic, and it's like $47. It's just very, very precise, very simplistic to learn how to trust yourself even more, and trust your intuition, trust your messages, trust on your path on a very deep level. Okay, so yeah, just go ahead and email me your email address, and then I'll be sending you the link for it. Okay, it's not up on my website. It will be, but not right now. This is off the cuff. It's like, anyway, just if you're interested, please email me at Corina at trinehealing.com, and I'll be sure to send you the link for it. And if you can't afford $47, it's okay. Just, you can donate whatever you would like. Okay. I just think that it's very important that that we strengthen ourselves, the trust in ourselves, and know ourselves on a deeper level, to trust ourselves on a deeper level. And yeah. Okay, so thank you for listening. I'm Corina Angela. This is Trine Healing. Connect to your soul self. Until the next video, have a great day or night. Thank you.